Hey, y'all, and welcome to day 11 of the WSOP and to the fourth annual WSOP and All Vegas Poker Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pliscota, your host, and we're going to hit the ground running because we have some great stuff to talk about. Please be reminded that we will always try to give the most updated and accurate information possible, but we are human and the information is always fluid in the poker world. So please make sure to double check any information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And please correct us if we're wrong so that we can get the corrected information out to everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Sherry Pliscota 9212. It is free of charge. You can find the recordings of all my past spaces and interviews, and it has been updated. So everything is uploaded up until today's show. So any of those that are waiting for some of those recordings, they're there now. The IT guy got it all figured out and fixed. So we are good to go. We should stay pretty caught up from this point forward. Again, that's my YouTube channel, Sherry Pliscota 9212. Don't forget the meetup game is the 26th of June at the Bellagio at 2 p.m. It is a cash game, and pizza will be provided by the folks at the Bellagio. And we thank Sean McCormick and Greg Larson for always taking great care of us. If you'd like to join us, just send me a DM, let me know. We just want some rough numbers so we can make sure we have enough dealers to start the day. Right now, there are 28 people on the list, but that thing's going to change 15 more times. People will be added as well as removed from that list just because they'll be in a day two, didn't expect to be, or maybe they need to start another flight of a different tournament. It's normal. It's not a problem. Don't worry about, telling me at the last minute I can't make it or I can make it. So it's just part of the beast. We're there to play the tournaments. And I get that. And so, again, it's just rough numbers so we can start the day with enough dealers. There's nothing worse than showing up for a meetup game and they don't have enough tables and dealers for us. So, we're not about that. Don't forget the charity fundraiser, the quilt for feeding the homeless. We are working through the Poker Gives charity, and we have a specific, I want to be clear about this, a specific link you have to go through in order to qualify through your donation for the raffle tickets for the quilt. It's a one-of-a-kind autographed poker t-shirt quilt. If you make a $10 tax-deductible donation, you will get one ticket. If you make a $25 donation, you will get 5 tickets. We are just under $600 in our efforts. So step it up, folks. Help me get over that hump of $1,000, would you please? We all know that that quilt is well worth it, and so is feeding the homeless of Vegas. We can do our part to make that happen and help Barbara over at Poker Gives on Monday nights feed the homeless. So that's what's going on. Of course, we'll get the picture and the link in the chat so everybody will be able to find it easily. Hey, Joey, how are you?
Good morning, Sherry. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How did the seniors event go for our birthday girl, Colette?
So she was called dead, unfortunately, and she had so much pressure on her, thinking like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to perform." And a couple of us ran pretty deep. Nobody made it into the money. However, I did give Colette her first 1-3 cash lesson. She's never sat at a table before. And I gave her $200. We both sat down with $200, and I said, "Just follow my lead, everything we taught you." And she ended up cashing out for like $900. How cool was that?
Yes. I love that. How fun. Now she's getting all ready for the meetup game.
Yes, exactly.
I
And
love it.
the best one, the best hand that I saw her do was a very scary board with a bunch of overcards, and she had hit mid pair a queen. Somebody with pocket jacks jammed on the river, and she went into the think tank forever. And the story didn't make sense, so she called and won this massive pot. It was so cool.
Good for her. There's nothing more rewarding when you're a newbie than and being able to make the right read and get rewarded for it. That's awesome.
Yes,
Good for her. How fun is that? Did
right.
you
Really fun.
Yeah. Did you feel the earthquake yesterday?
I did. We were sitting in the seniors event when it happened. It was pretty wild.
Wow. A lot of people have been talking about it. I'm glad, glad it was just a mild one considering. And when I mean mild, I mean there wasn't, any damage, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Everybody,
that would be really a disaster for this town for sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. And, when you have a big crowd of people, getting everybody out and it could have really, it could be really bad. I mean, and thank
Yeah.
God it wasn't. Thank God it
Hmm.
wasn't. Let me make a few more announcements and we're going to turn it over to you for our poker lesson, okay?
Okie dokie.
Thank you, sir. Pardon me. Don't forget the chess championship is at the Westgate June the 10th through the 14th. Also, the TDA Summit is June the 29th through the 30th at the Poker Go studio. Again, check out Matt Savage's Twitter feed. You can find the link to sign up to be able to attend that. Of course, they need numbers so they can make sure they have space for everybody, chairs, tables, um, you know, and staff to take care of us. So that is the TDA Summit, June 29th and 30th at the Poker Go studio. Also, be reminded if you're coming into town and you need a parking pass for the WSOP. First of all, if you're a platinum status with the Total Rewards program through Caesars Properties, if you're platinum status, parking will be free. If you need to buy a parking pass, they're $100 and you buy one at the main cage. Okay, so that's how you get to park there instead of, and if you're there for a long time, of course, it's going to be cheaper to buy the $100 pass than paying I think it's $25 or $30 a day. So, or make friends with somebody that has the diamond, hint, hint, diamond status, and you don't have to worry about that at all. Anyway, don't forget parking passes at the main cage, $100. Joe's Express is hitting the streets this summer. And Joe Marengo stopped by the other day to tell us about the services he's providing this year. He's providing rides, a laundry service. He will also shop for you and bring it to you. Um, I have used Joe in the past. He's a good, safe driver. I consider him a friend. Would I recommend him? Yes, I would. And I have. And I've gotten him many of customers. Why? Because he's dependable and it doesn't matter. Like whatever his hours are this time, honestly, I don't remember off the top of my head, he's going to be there. But he's picked me up at like 2 or 3 in the morning before. Like I've told him, hey, I need you here at 2 in the morning. He's like, I'll be there. And he'll be there. So I don't think he's doing any late runs that late this year. But anyway, you get the point. And if you have him pick you up at the airport and you give him a list of stuff you need from the store, like water or coconut water or snacks or whatever, when he picks you up at the airport, he will have those things already with him for you. He will take your groceries and you to wherever you're staying and drop you all off and happily ever after. So he provides a great service. That's Joe Marengo. If you can't find him on Twitter, just DM me and I will help you find him. Also, Joey, you spoke about the other day about leaving funds on the Bravo Live app. Can you tell us how you discovered that and what you did to rectify and get your money back, please?
Yeah. So, as those of us who have been here before know, before we had the WSOP Live app, we used Bravo Live, and the way it worked was you had to deposit money in, and then you used that to register for tournaments. And what happened to me was is that when I updated my Bravo Live app, I happened to notice there was a little icon in the top right hand corner that had a message, and it's not a rare thing because when you register for tournaments, it'll tell you you have messages. But this is before the series started. What kind of message can I have? I clicked on it, and it said that you have funds, the unclaimed funds, sitting on your Bravo Live app, and you have until the last day of the main event to go to Player Services to claim the funds, or they will be turned over to the state of Nevada. So it was a very simple process. Player Services is in the same place where the cashier is and the payout cage. It's all in one room. Also where you go for verification. One big room now, which is kind of cool. Sat down, did some paperwork, yada yada yada. And next thing you know, I made almost $150 that I didn't even know I left on
Nice.
the app.
Nice. So if you had that Bravo app at once upon a time, Bravo Live app, definitely check your WSOP messages to see if you have money waiting for you so you can claim it before that claim period is over. I just wanted us to speak about that again because there may be some folks out there that don't realize, hey, I better check messages in my app for that. So thank you, Joey, for that update. Appreciate it.
You got it.
I'm going to let you get a little head start on your time, Joe. So without further ado, Joey's going to give us our poker lesson for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Um, Today's lesson's about bankroll discipline, and how bankroll discipline is freedom. And if there's any one topic that really comes from not just from my coaching, but from my personal experience and from the heart, it's this topic. And I am transparent, and I am not embarrassed to say that a few years ago, I found myself to the point where my debit card wouldn't work anymore. My credit cards were maxed out, and I was literally walking these streets. This is like the third week in June that I keep talking about, okay? I literally was walking these streets of Vegas with like $20 or $30 in my pocket, waiting for the next paycheck, okay? I'm on a fixed income, so, I get paid every couple of weeks, but it really hit home. Like, how did I get to this point? How did I go from entering $1,500 events, firing multiple bullets, to have no money at all left? And I learned my lesson the hard way, and I'm not alone. I mean, there are a lot of us. So I'm going to read from my book, The 30-Day Poker Coach, and then we're going to reflect on it. So here we go. A lot of talented poker players stay broke for one simple reason. They do not respect bankroll management. They want to talk about their reads, their ranges, pressure, and skill edge, but none of that saves you if the money is too heavy on your mind. Bankroll discipline is not just me. It is emotional protection. When we play too high for our real comfort level, the chips stop being chips. They become rent, food, security, pride. Oh, this is a good one. Relationship stress. Oh boy. And fear. That is when everything changes. Your bluffs get weaker. Your folds get harder. Your aggression gets confused. Your whole nervous system starts bargaining with the pot. This is what people mean when they say someone is playing scared money. We all heard that term. It is not just a catchy phrase. It is real distortion. The money starts making your decisions for you. A healthy bankroll creates freedom. It gives you room to lose without unraveling. It lets you survive variance without feeling personally attacked by every downswing. It lets your skill actually show up instead of being suffocated by fear. Now, this applies to cash and tournaments. In cash, sitting too large relative to your bankroll can turn every big pot into an emotional event. In tournaments, irresponsible firing and reckless shot taking can create a desperate relationship with every bullet. A buy-in may be technically affordable and still be psychologically too heavy. And there's another trap here: chasing. A player who takes a shot loses. Well, a player takes a shot, they lose. Then they feel the sting. And then that player moves into even a worse spot, trying to recover, chasing the monkey. How often do we hear people say, I just want to get back to even, right, Sherry?
Yes, especially at the poker table.
Yes. Okay. That is how one bad decision turns into a small funeral. Strong bankroll management does not just protect you from variance. It protects you from the version of yourself that wants to fix pain by gambling harder. Oh boy. There's no perfect number that fits every player, by the way, because emotional makeups matters. Some people can tolerate wider swings, some cannot. But one principle never changes. If losing the money changes your ability to think clearly, you're playing too big. The whole point of bankroll management is not to look conservative. It is to stay alive long enough for your edge to matter. Now, let's put that into perspective, all right? Uh, at any stakes, it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to have a variety of players who are in different spots financially. You're going to have people who can fire as many bullets as they allow because their bankroll allows them to do it. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to have people that couldn't even afford to get in the tournament and they had a satellite in. And then there's everything else in between. Wouldn't we rather be the ones in the middle, right? Where we're not playing scared money, we're not shooting multiple bullets, we're balanced. And when we're balanced, that's when we're on top of our game. So I challenge everybody to recognize what your sweet spot is. Now, in the poker world, we read a lot of books, and the math is, don't ever gamble more than 10% of your poker bankroll. And that's the rule of thumb, 10%. Because we're going to cash 25% of the time. And sometimes we have downswings. We don't cash for 8, 9 tournaments in a row. And if we're just wagering 10% of our bankroll, that number seems to make sense. But that should not be like the Bible of bankroll management. If we recognize we're in a downswing, there's nothing wrong, and it makes mathematical sense for us to go a level or two lower than that 10%. Why not? Because we would be, imagine us who now we are in an event where we can shoot multiple bullets because it's very, very affordable. We're not going to, but in that realm, there are still the people that this is their last bullet. This is, they're playing scared money. And here we are, super balanced. It's well within our bankroll. Money is no longer on our mind, and now we can play clear-minded poker. People, I have seen it all. Here in Nevada, the casinos follow this 30-day rule. And what the 30-day rule is that they will not comp somebody for more than 30 days in a row. And the reason why, you could be somebody super special, maybe get an exception. But the rule of thumb is that in the state of Nevada, if somebody's staying at a hotel for 30 days or more, technically now they become a tenant and they don't have to leave without an eviction notice. So what happens is with comps, 7 stars, diamonds, they get these high rollers get comp for 30 days, and then they have to go stay off property for a day or two, and then they can come back and be comped again for another 30 days. Sherry and everybody, I cannot tell you. It happens every year, and if you're here with me in Vegas this year, I will show it to you. On the 31st day, there are well-to-do people literally living among the floor of the casino for a day or two, because they can't even afford to go and get a room at a cheap motel for a night or two. So are stuck, and this happens every single year. So don't think, even at the high roller level, that people are not immune to gambling above their means. It happens all the time, and it's sad. And we can all just take a deep breath and understand, be authentic and honest with ourselves, and know what we can afford. If we can really afford something great, but when we start gambling above our means, it just doesn't come out good. And that's what I have.
Great lesson. And I often say this to somebody that tells me that their dream is to move to Vegas to become a pro poker player. And I always sit them down and say, okay, let's look at the whole picture for a minute, because it's sort of like back in the day when people would say, I'm going to Hollywood, to get in the movie business, right? And
Mhm.
those starry eyed people, or in this case, players, sometimes aren't looking at the whole picture because they don't know what that picture looks like or is. And so I always try to have a conversation with somebody that tells me, "Oh yeah, I'm setting myself up to go out to Vegas to become a pro." And I ask some of the hard questions, and then they, you could see their minds clicking, and they're sometimes they know the whole picture, sometimes they don't. And a month from now they're moving back to wherever they came from broke, and it's a sad story and one we've seen thousands of times.
Right? Like I always so my advice to somebody is I will tell them, listen, I'm telling you right now, this town will eat you up and
Yep.
spit you out alive, won't it?
Yep.
It will eat you up. It
Yep.
just does.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that lesson. What are you going to teach us tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, and I have to give you the list for next week, which I can't wait to do. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Tomorrow we are going to talk about how every bet tells a story. How cool is that?
Love it. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you. That is Joey, our resident coach for this summer. Our 15-minute lesson every day. So we're learning something for 15 minutes a day. Isn't that what all the coaches say? Just take 15 minutes a day to improve your game. So hopefully that's what we're all doing this summer. And I appreciate you, Joey, for doing it for us for sure.
100% appreciate you too, Sherry.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Hey, ASG, how are you?
All right.
Awesome.
So I'm a rec player. So for me, it's not 10% of my bankroll. It's just whatever my extra money,
Right.
because
Right.
my my bankroll is, it can float. It's it's not a specific poker wise all the time.
No, and I get that because I'm kind of in the same boat. When I want to go to play, go play, I just make sure I have the money to go play. But I'm going to be moving to Washington State, and there's going to be poker rooms all around me now. They're not going to be 3 or 5 hours away from me now. So it's going to be a different challenge. I'm going to have to really kind of get organized about what I'm going to be doing as far as poker is concerned, and a budget. I think I'm going to definitely start a budget for myself just because I'm so excited to move to a state that I have a poker room I can play in, that, we could go sideways very easily. So I want to be conscientious of that. And I've always stayed within my budget, and I've never used my household budget for poker. So it's always been my peach money. So anyway, um, hey, Isaac, how are you, pal?
I'm alive.
Yes. Yes. What place did you come into the tournament last night?
Oh man, I was Bubble Boy. I went out fourth.
Oh. Well,
But
congrats on getting to that late far, though. I mean, we both got to the final table. I think I went out sixth or seventh. I don't even remember. But anyway, out of like 77 people. So no shame in that game, Isaac.
no, it was fine. I mean, I was running very well for quite
Yes.
some time. Stuff was getting there. And then, we hit the final table, got a little card dead, had to be more patient. But yeah, hey, it was good. It was
It
good.
was a fun game for sure.
It definitely was. And funny enough, like I kind of wasn't expecting to play, and then I end up playing. So it's always fun when you could put together a nice run like that at that point. So I had fun.
Yeah. I was having fun just being able to play because for the last 10 days or whatever, it's been a
I
struggle
hear
trying to
you.
find time to play. And then when I did find time to play, there was no quality to my play whatsoever. But I was just enjoying the fact that I could play. So
I
last
know.
night and the
I like
night
that.
before, yeah, you know what I mean? And so last night
Yeah.
and the night before, I felt like, okay, I'm at least playing, with a clear mind and relaxed and not in a hotel room on the road and all that good stuff. So, yeah. So, congrats to those winners last night for sure.
Mm.
Panama Joe, if you want to come up and give a little bleep about what you're doing for us this summer, you can. I did talk about it earlier, but if you want to just send me a mic request, buddy. Welcome, Dibs. How are
Hey,
you?
what's going on, guys? Just popping in to say hello. And it's been a busy couple of weeks, but I was like, oh, Sherry's having a space, and I've been missing them. It's hard when you're in Vegas too, because you're staying up until sometimes 1 in the morning playing in these tournaments, or just finally getting dinner, unwinding, debriefing some hands,
Right.
and then you're sleeping at 9 a.m., not
Right on. I know. I get it. I get it. But the good news, Dibs, is you can go on my YouTube channel and all the recordings are uploaded up until today's. So you can catch up when you're bored, buddy.
Definitely will. I definitely will. So I definitely been missing Joey's coaching in the morning. I really feel like that's such a value add to this space. It's crazy.
It's awesome. And I'm going to tell you, I know I've learning something every day. I hope everybody else is. And it's been great. I've had great feedback about Joey's lessons, and I look forward to him every day, honestly.
For sure. Joey definitely helped me without even knowing it. I ended up taking a rest day on my very first day in Vegas where I was so eager to play cards, and that rest day was so important.
And guess what? We talked about that the next day. I bragged about you and I bragged about Joey about that. So kudos to you for heeding the warning of a coach, right? Listening. Sometimes I can't remember who it was. I think it was TJ Reed when we were interviewing him. And he said something about, I forget what the hand was. Was it 7-8 or 9-10? I can't remember what the hand was, but he played it. And then somebody on break or something coached him and said, like, don't play that hand. Like, why are you risking a chip on that hand or whatever the coaching was, right? And lo and behold, what did he do? That was the same hand that I think took him out of the tournament. And so when we were interviewing him, I was like, dude, why didn't you listen to the coach? He told you not to play the hand. And it was quite comical. It was a fun conversation. But sometimes we just, takes a few hard lessons before those coaches' words really ring home. So kudos to you for listening the first time.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I wanted to ask, you guys are still on track for the meetup game. I want to say that was June 26th or something happening.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
perfect. I'm going to be heading back to Vegas on the 19th, so I will
Yes.
see you.
Yes. That's awesome. We will add you to the list. It's great news. Yep. We'll be at the Bellagio June 26th, starting at 2 p.m. for that cash game. And um, I think I think you make number 29.
Okay, sweet.
So awesome. Yeah. Looking forward
Let's
to it. I'm glad you
fucking
let me
go.
know.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you play? Are you back home now, Dibs? Or where are you at
Yeah,
now?
I
Are you
played the first week of the series. I played event one, then I played some cash. Then I celebrated my birthday in style until like 7 in the
sweet?
morning. And I drove home on Friday, and I had a
Okay.
bunch of guests in town. And sometimes you gotta be clear about, okay, I have to choose between poker and relationships, and these people I'm not going to see all the time. Yes, I might not get to play the World Series all the time either, but I always think relationships take precedent over my poker
100%.
game. And so I
100%. And if you ever lose sight of that, you need to regroup,
exactly,
Dibs.
exactly. So I regrouped, just exactly that, and I entertained for a few days. We actually it's such a polarity. One minute I'm in Vegas gambling, not really gambling. I don't consider poker gambling. I know that you guys might. That's a whole discussion in itself. But
Yeah. Everybody has their opinion on that one.
but then drove home 5 hours, and then I rode horses for 3 days. We moved a bunch of stock from the
Nice.
low valley all the way up to the high country. Rode like 40 miles this weekend, entertained some guests.
Nice.
And now I'm just in like a 2 week studying. We're rolling out Edge to Green Visor Gang tonight and Kumite, so that's or tomorrow. So we're pretty excited about that. And
Yeah, we still need to do that interview. I haven't
oh
forgotten.
man, I feel underqualified. Your guests are so insane. It's unreal.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, remember they all had to start somewhere too, Dibs.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
don't underestimate what you're doing
I
ever.
appreciate it. I don't want to keep Joey's
Yeah.
hand up, but I will just say, so I'm heading back. I've booked my hotels, and the next stint I'll be in Vegas for 14 days from
Nice.
late June to right the July 3rd, and then I take another week or two off, and then I come back for the very end of the series. and the first part of the circuit stop at Horseshoe, which I just discovered yesterday. It's like we go straight from the
Yes.
summer WSOP to the
Yes.
circuit. So that's pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's going to be really successful that they're doing that back to back. Honestly, I think it's a great play.
I think so too. I'm excited.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I'm so happy you're coming to Meetup Game. And Joey, we're going to give you a chance to take your hand down and tell us what you want to tell us.
Dibs, I just want to say how proud I am of you, because anytime we can substitute poker for relationships and riding horses, that is positive EV, isn't it?
Oh, dude, it's the best. I mean, it's so easy to sit in front of a computer. It's so easy to look at a solver. It's so easy to watch the WSOP on YouTube right now. So to just get away and get some fresh air and smile and not only be thinking about all of these spots that you want to improve in, it's a really good feeling.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I see that Panama Joe has joined us on the speaker panel. Welcome, Joe, and give us whatever you want us to know, buddy.
No, I actually, how you guys doing today?
Doing great.
I'm actually headed to work, so I have a few
What's up,
minutes.
champion?
Just
Hell
wanted to
yeah.
chismear, like we said in Spanish, chismear, see what's going on in the poker world. Heard a couple little things, and maybe you guys can reaffirm this. So, did HCL has like a cash game at the WSOP? You guys heard anything about that?
Yes. Yes. And it is just on the weekends. And actually, I don't think it starts this week. I think it starts next week, maybe. ASG, do you know? Or Isaac?
I don't have any information
Maybe
on when it
tonight.
starts.
I know yesterday it was. Maybe I don't know. I got a message from somebody, and they might need my services over there. So we'll see how it works out tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, it's
just
definitely a cash game there for sure.
right. Yeah,
For
I
sure.
I didn't get a chance. I was gonna go yesterday because I think they had a cash game yesterday, but
Let
I
me
was
see if I could find it. If I
that was so
if
cool.
if I screw up
So
the
it looks like it's going to be every or this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend after.
there you go. I knew it was just going to be the weekends. I couldn't remember when it started. So, good luck with that, Joe. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to. They want me to help them out, all the players, or do something, and run a
Perfect.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'll be happy to
Perfect.
do it
Heck
overnight.
yes. So, go ahead and tell people what services you're providing, sir.
Uh, Pretty much everything that you need in Vegas, I can do, within the legal limits. I will say, just to clarify. But we can do laundry services, airport pickups, groceries, you name it. You just have, as long as you become my client, then we can have a more private conversation. Um, but through the years, I think I've been doing it now for 2 or 3 years. It usually works out more of a word of mouth. They see how my service is, and more people come in. Um, I have some people that have run pretty well after my services, I will say. Some that get some bad beats, like that 4 card bad beats. Some of them they get pretty deep, but they're still my clients. So I was rooting for Ricky. Um, Hopefully he messaged me soon, see what he needs today. But it's been a roller coaster, seeing new people, new clients, and seeing their progress. I was watching his progress of in May he was in Panama. So what a coincidence.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh, that's where Joe's from, for those that
Yeah,
don't know.
and I was thinking, wow, is he Panamanian for real? And he doesn't know I'm Panamanian? This gotta be
Right.
crazy. But he went to Panama to the circuit, and he won 3 events over there
That's
in the month
amazing.
of May. So all we can say is just keep riding the heater. There's gonna be bad beats. That's how poker goes. Sometimes
Right.
it's out of your control.
Right. And
You
it's
can,
not,
yeah,
it's just two cards stuck together. The dealer is a great dealer.
yeah.
Nobody can be blaming the dealer for nothing. And I see tweets going out, and it's really kind of miffed me this morning to to see those and read those tweets that are people are like raking the dealer through the coals, and it's just not fair. It's just two cards stuck together. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. It's not something new. So leave the dealer alone, people.
Yeah, I could just understand. It's just a spot, like one of your biggest
Yeah.
spots, shot taken, and that happens. It's just
It's
unfortunate, but I want,
very unfortunate.
you know, it will.
Very
You will just
unfortunate.
grow from it, and look at it later on when you have a bigger score and say, "Wow, this wasn't the biggest one. This is my biggest spot." So that's what I can
Right.
say about
Yeah.
that spot. I have about 3 minutes. I just want to make sure everybody, if they can. I don't know why I'm not getting messages from people. I have every public open for messaging, but if they need to message me for anything, just let me know. I'll be able to do something after 7:30 today, all the way to 2 a.m. And then early in the mornings, I wake up at 5 a.m. I can start doing something all the way to around maybe 8:30 in the morning.
Till he goes to work,
And
people.
then,
Yeah, we gotta get you a calendar, bro, that people can see
oh,
and
absolutely.
stuff
The
like
problem is that on my line of job, like I don't get my schedule until like Sunday, but that will be like Sunday probably put in my schedule, so people
Well,
can
and
know my days off as well.
I'm gonna
that.
say if anybody's trying to get a hold of Joe and you're having a hard time, just message me and I'll help bridge that gap, people. So
Same
Right.
if
here.
there's an issue with a message getting to Joe, just message me and we will get that figured out for you.
I do also
Yeah.
have a business iPhone now, so you can give them my I'll message you my business
Okay.
number so they can actually message me at that number.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
Perfect.
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you guys for
Perfect.
having me. I'm gonna get into
You're
the
welcome.
store and open it up.
All right,
Hey,
pal. Have a
hey,
good
you're the
work
Thank
best.
you.
day.
You're the best, bro. You're the
Thank
best.
you.
Have a good one, brother.
You too.
All right, Dibs, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, he was just reminded me. So the first event of the summer, the very official first event of the World Series as well this year, we within the second level had a dealer. The beginning of the summer is tough for
It's rough.
dealers, and
Yeah, it's rough.
and that second level we played we played about 10 hands through an entire 30-minute level, so you can imagine that's
Oh,
pretty tough.
yeah,
There
that's
was
rough.
some training happening mid-hand, and it was actually pretty cool because this dealer had such a contagious smile and was really wanting to do a good job. And the gentleman sitting to the left of me in seat 7, I could tell usually the volcano would erupt right there, and he even admitted it. He's like, I can't believe I'm containing myself. But just the vibe of the table, people were being nice, kind of
Good for
encouraging
them.
him to not lose his mind. It's only level 2, and this is the very beginning of the summer. And then
All right.
this dealer was like, it's my first day, and we're like, we definitely know. We're seeing
Right.
cards peak from the 6th and 7th seat here. But
Right.
everything got better, and it was literally, even by the next day, dealers are feeling so much better. So it's just such a bummer if you like want to come in heavy-handed and be rude to people. It's the beginning of the summer. It's not a $25,000 high roller event. We're talking
Well, and we have to remember that if we want good dealers in the future, we have to make sure they have a good first day
Yeah.
because otherwise they're not coming back and we're back to a new dealer next
Yeah.
summer. So, I mean, we have to help nurture them. Does it suck sometimes? Hell yes, it does. I just want to play poker. I don't want to have to watch what the dealer's doing to make sure she's doing it right or he. So yeah, it's no fun. But we have to be stewards of the game and help that dealer and show patience and understanding and not yell at the person because you're just going to make them more nervous and then they're going to make more mistakes. Like, we got to just help them because we want them back next year as a proficient
Yep.
dealer. So, it's about perspective, people. Yeah, does it suck? Hell yes.
And I will add
Yes.
in there that the new dealer rating feature inside of the WSOP Live app is
Yeah.
actually really nice. And the dealers like it, the
Oh,
players like it, and it's
nice.
super easy. It's just 1 out of 5 stars. You click on the dealer just name at the top of your table, and you just tell them, hey, I just gave you 5 stars. You're awesome. And you just see them smile and walk away, and it's
Oh,
great.
It is great. I love that new feature. I'm going to give a couple announcements, and I see Ilse is down in our audience listening intensely because she's going to be doing a segment on mindset training and performance training, and she's a hypnotherapist. So we're going to do all kinds of stuff this afternoon, or where you may be in the morning or late afternoon, wherever you are, whatever the time frame is. So, a couple of things I did want to bring up. If you missed it last night, Jamie's rival game at the Palms was broadcasted on the WPT. You could go onto their YouTube channel to watch it. It was a little bit of a rough start for them. At first, when I didn't log in right away, but by the time I did, I'm not sure how long it had been, but there was no sound. Great picture, but no sound. And then it wasn't probably 10 minutes before the sound came on. And they put a message, we know we have sound issues, we're working on it, kind of thing. And then they got the sound working, but it was not synced up with the lips. And so I just tried not to like watch the people talking. I would just try to focus on the cards because it was kind of hard to watch when it's not synced up correctly. They're doing a great job though, and there was some trash talking between the rivals, and Matt Savage was on the microphone, kind of talking, lurking around the table and describing the hand as it was unfolding as far as the flop, turn, and river. They need to turn his mic up a little bit because he is talking in a low voice, but the table talk is really loud. So it's hard to hear him describing the hand. And so they turn him up just a little, it'll be perfect. But they're doing a great job. I'm sure tonight's feed is going to be great. I'm sure they're working out the kinks, and kudos for them to try something new. And I'm all about it. I can't wait to watch it again. I don't think I'll be able to watch. I might have to watch a replay because today I'm going to go see my daughter who's in town, who tonight is a meet and greet. And then tomorrow her team will play Intense. It's a new tennis game called In Tennis. It's INTENNSE. I want to make sure I got it right. Anyway, a lot of big names involved with this new game, and so we'll be on a soundstage tonight and tomorrow, and some of the teams will play tonight, some will play tomorrow, and her team will play tomorrow. But we're going to the meet and greet tonight, so I'm getting to see my girl. I haven't seen her since, I don't know, February or whatever. Looking forward to that. And I wanted to also make mention about the player that I spoke about yesterday. I'm trying to see if she'll come on with us and talk about the cards being thrown at her after she took a guy's chips. He was all in and she won the hand, and he actually threw his cards at her. And I did ask for clarification. And he did hit her in the face with his cards. And so I haven't checked back in my messages to see if she's responded or not. But I asked her if she'd like to come on and chat with us about it, because I think it's important that we learn from that experience as a community. Because believe it or not, more times than not, when we talk about some of the abuses verbally, or in this case, physically, a female faces at the table, there are still some people that don't believe it because they've never witnessed it. They don't think it's happening. And so I think it's important that we hear the stories. I don't know if she'll join us in the next day or two or not, but I did ask her. So there's an update on that story from yesterday that I brought up. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give Ilse a microphone and get her up here. Anybody, while we're waiting for that to happen, anybody have anything they want to bring up or add to what we've been talking about? Now's your chance, people.
Tibbs has his hand up.
I
Oh, he
don't have
did.
my hand up, but I can always fill dead space. So I wanted to mention something and kind of actually get your feedback and opinion on this, Sherry.
Sure.
So when I was at when I was out in Vegas, the first stint here, I played a little bit of cash at the WSOP, and they have the big cash area right across from the tournament zone, and it's actually right in front of the feature stage there. And it was
Right.
great. You have all these really nice new Gorilla Gaming tables. I'm a big fan. I'm actually probably gonna have to buy one of those because I finally got to test out the one that I wanted. Um,
Nice.
but I'll tell you this, they don't have some of those appealing, enticing things that you might want to encounter as a poker player in Vegas, which are like the high hands, the quads bonus, the royal flush, any bonuses at all, right? So if you're playing cash
Right.
in the tournament area, it's really just that experience of a room filled with the most poker players you could possibly imagine, and you're having a great time. But I sort of wanted to just leave and go to some other place where there is bonuses and just these little incentives for when you're sitting there playing cash, grinding, etc. Where would you recommend playing if you're not playing at Horseshoe in
Great
the cash
question.
tournament area?
Great question. And I'm going to tell you, we had Tommy La Rosa from the Venetian on the other day. They're doing a lot of stuff with their cash games. They have bad beats. They have um, this thing where they like designate a number of the month, like a six. So if you get, let me see if I can find my notes. Something about if you do something with sixes, and it may be a boat or flop trip sixes or something, you win. I mean, I would say the Venetian at this point. Also, I know the Orleans is doing some stuff, South Point, but from what I've seen thus far, I would say the Venetian has the most offers or specialty things going on with cash games. But I will also say to you that I have not looked up all of the games yet. And I looked that one up because Tommy was coming in for an interview. So I wanted to be prepared. But the Venetian definitely had some fun. Like when I was looking, I was like, oh, I'll go play cash over there. And I'm trying to find my notes. So bear with me while I look for my notes. Go ahead, ASG.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, they need to work on the lineups, get some more when it comes to the WPT stream where I saw they gotta get some more action players,
Yes.
and really, and I guess they said they're gonna turn this into an edited show, so there was like some large breaks and stuff, um, but like it just got really like I don't know. I don't. It's been too long since I've seen Jared Jaffe. Period. But like, I don't. I really couldn't get a real feel of if this is actually a real rivalry. Like,
Yes. Yes. I agree. And I'm going to tell you that I thought a lot of it had to do with the fact that they're just like it's new and they're trying to feel it out. Like they're trying to get the technology right, the camera angles right, the people right, the game right. And so to me, it was just at the first day on the job and everybody's just trying to figure it out. Right.
yeah, but not just the first day on the job. I'm talking about like filling out the lineup. Like, you need. I think in order to get this to work, you might need it to be like Team Jaffe versus Team Dentali or something with the lineup because everybody else was just playing poker.
Right. And I agree because the rivals were like talking to each other and the rest of the folks at the table were just having side conversations. So they weren't part of that rivalry conversation. And so you almost kind of forgot everybody else was at the table because the cameras and the conversation were all about that rivalry, which I like, but I do like your thoughts on maybe it should be team this, team that, and that way like three players or four are talking shit to the other four players, right? And so then it becomes a whole table free for all of a rivalry. So I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, and then also I don't know if you stayed that long, but unfortunately, you didn't get the real action towards the end. So, spoiler recap: uh, Dentali lost his first buy-in before the second buy-in. So there's two $5,000 buy-ins,
Right.
and the I don't know if this affects the rivalry, but the it was made clear. I'm not sure if it was a good move or not. But they made it very clear that this wasn't like their money, like the WPT like gave them $10,000. So
Right.
so they got it in two $5,000 installments, and then by the time it got to I think it was hand 50 when they do the second one, Dentali was already down his first $5,000 buy-in, and Jaffe was up to like 8,000. So you were thinking things might get maybe aggressive and fun later, but then not that long into it, Dentali got coolered, or I would call it basically got coolered, considering he had to get ultra aggressive, and then ran Jackson to aces, where he even tried to, speaking of the non-action, he even tried to not get it all in pre, and then the flop came all undercard, so it got all in regardless. But yeah, so then Dentali was out pretty quick, without experiencing how aggressive somebody might actually get,
At the end.
at the end, realizing that they're gonna either have nothing or the other person's stack is how the game format works.
Interesting. All right. Well, we will keep an eye on that situation. I honestly think I think they're working toward a great goal, and I really have faith it's gonna evolve, and they're going to work on those lineups and work on that rivalry because the concept is good. Like the concept is good, just needs tweaking. So I'm here for it. So appreciate those comments, ASG. All right, Dibs. The Venetian has the month of June is sixes. So let me see how this works. Flop quads or a straight flush using the card of the month and win $500. Turn or river quads or a straight flush using the card of the month, win $250. Flop a straight flush or royal flush using the suit of the month, which in June it's diamonds, July it's hearts, and win $500. Turn or river a straight flush or royal flush using the suit of the month, get $250. The bad beat, quad deuces or better. Let's see, better bet. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. Higher hand, $2,000 with a table share of $200 per person. And of course, you're earning $2 an hour in comps. So that's what's going over on at the Venetian, just to give you a little idea. But you need to check, like I would check the MGM for sure. Orleans, I can look up what we talked about the other day at the Orleans. For sure, because we had Barbara here and we talked about that. And I did look up what was going on at the Orleans as far as that's concerned. Ilsa, if you are on your computer listening to us, I need you to get on your phone and then so you can just leave the space and then come back on your phone. And when you do, if you could press the request button on the bottom left corner, we'll get you a microphone and get you up here. If you're on your phone right now, just press that microphone request button on the bottom left and we'll get you up here because I have sent you some requests for speaker. Excuse me, for speaker. And I don't have you up here yet. So I'm not sure what's going on, but we will work through it for sure. What day did we have, Barbara? I'm flipping through my home notebook. Oh, here we are. Okay. I'm pretty sure I wrote down. Okay, here we go, Dibs, for the promotions at the Orleans. The promos, let's see, the bad beat right now at the Orleans is aces full of tens on the flop, $53,000 bad beat. Omaha quad jacks, 38,000 bad beat. Then they have a Hold'em first five after dark, Jack high straight, $725, Jack full, $325, and Jack high flush, $575. They also have some kind of progressive Hold'em dash two deuces, which is a progressive quads with mystery splash the pot of $500. So I don't know all the details about that one, but at least it gives you some idea what they got going on at those two locations. I definitely will look up the MGM property to see what they have going on. Even the Horseshoes regular poker room, I haven't looked that up this summer. The Win, I would look up their promos to see if they have anything. I hope that helps, Dibs.
Yeah, that's great for sure. Appreciate it.
At least it's a little starting point for you. I need to get out my paper now so I can properly introduce our guest today. And I'm so glad everybody's joining us. And many of you will remember that Ilse joined us back in November. And we had a blast. Like it was so fun, and she hypnotized us, and all of us were like, "Wait a minute, she just hypnotized us!" Like we couldn't even believe our it was happening, honestly, and it was amazing, very eye opening, very helpful. With mindset coaching for sure. So let me give proper introduction. My guest, Ilse Zolte, is from the UK. She is a former lawyer, but currently wearing many hats. She is a hypnotherapist, a poker player, and the owner of Hypno Poker. Ilse has over $17,000 in total live earnings listed on the Hendon Mob, with the best live cash over $3,600 for her second place finish in the Malta Ladies event back in the fall. I'm pretty sure that best life cash was due to me giving her one of my lucky card markers there in Malta, because a day or two later she took it a second place in that ladies event. I was so excited for her. Welcome, Ilsa.
Hi, Sherry. Thank you so much for having me back on. What a lovely
Well, I'm
introduction. Apart from the
well.
overall earnings, it's not exactly a massive score to announce.
Well, listen, and people have said that to me before, and my thing, we should not base not even judgment or our opinion of you based on your Hendon Mob. Okay. You're a person first. Hendon Mob is way down the list. Mom is next, a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever. Those things are way more important than that Hendon Mob, in my opinion. But I also want my listeners to know that I welcome everyone, no matter what their Hendon Mob is. I want everybody to come in here, enjoy themselves, know you're important, your value in my world. And I love having you here.
Bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, let's take a couple of I'm going to give you a couple of questions, and I'm going to let you hit the ground running. First of all, tell the audience how you got started in the world of poker.
Oh, with poker.
Yes.
When I first left school, my first job was a croupier, building up to being an inspector and working in the casino industry for 10 years on with the various table games and dealing poker. So when I left the casino, I stuck with the poker. I started playing online and then transitioned to pub leagues and then casino tournaments.
I love it. I love it. I love when people just naturally flow into the game of poker. I mean, it was for me too. I was a card player all my life. I never played poker till my late 40s. And I never bet on a hand of any card game until I learned poker in my late 40s. And it was a natural progression for me as well because I love to play cards. And so I love to hear the stories that, oh, I was just working and, at the casinos and just started playing poker. It's like the natural progression. So I love to hear that about you. Tell us about your company, Hypno Poker.
Yeah, well, I started hypno poker about 5 years ago. After I qualified as a hypnotherapist, I thought of combining my favorite hobby and passion, poker, with my work. And I contacted Elliot Rowe and had some training with him. and then decided to establish and come up with hypno poker. So therefore, I specialise with poker players and use hypnotherapy and NLP techniques to get them deal with the ups and downs of the game and deal with all the mental leaks that they have. Really,
Right.
yeah.
All right. So I'm going to let you do your thing.
Mhm.
So I'm going to let you take us on your journey, wherever that leads you. We're here for it. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Ilse. Go ahead.
Okay, well, last time we helped people access a powerful goal state, and you like that visualization that I demonstrated with you, didn't you?
We did. The audience loved it.
So I thought I would do something similar and share a technique that can be used straight away so people can find the benefit and see the benefit in my work that I do with my clients. And what I found recently is a lot of people are struggling with not just anxiety, but life anxiety leaking into the poker and leaking into the tables. So before they've even sat down at the tables, they're carrying doubt, pressure, stress, comparison, comparing to colleagues or friends. They're worrying about the future. And then poker just seems to magnify it. So a downswing doesn't feel like variance. A mistake just doesn't feel like one hand. It all builds up and then it can just get so overwhelming. So the secret really is to just stay grounded and present and to take your time. And so I teach various techniques with my clients in order to achieve this and to carry the right state at the table, because you need to be in the right grounded state to think clearly, to make the right decisions, don't you think?
Absolutely.
So if you're ready, I will demonstrate a little technique known as anchoring, which is a simple trigger to a useful state that you can adopt at the tables. And a lot of people use this technique in all sorts of sports performance. Okay.
We're all ears. You go right ahead, my dear. We are all ears.
Well, there's two types of anchors that I like to use with my clients, and the first one is for performance, and that's the ability to bring your best possible poker state to the table. That calm focus, that feeling of being in the zone, in flow, relaxed, laser sharp, focused, You know that feeling?
Indeed, we do.
So you're able to pick up information, process it clearly, and just bring together all those pieces of knowledge that you've stored from all the studying that you've done. Because most players know that the difference between a 5 out of a 10 performance and a 9.5 out of 10 performance is that 5 out of 10 state, you miss things. You don't think as clearly, you're a bit slower, you don't pick up on the timing or the patterns or the live tells or the table flow. So you really in your C game. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think the audience would agree as well, for sure.
Yeah. But in that 9.5 out of 10 state, when you're playing your A game, you're immersed in the experience. You're in the flow and you're in the game and you see more and you trust yourself more. You process the information in the best possible way. And so there's one kind of anchor that I like to use, which is the A game anchor. And this is for before you play, after a break, or when you want to bring your best performance state to the table, which is the calm focus, sharp awareness, just being fully there and present. So, in order to do that, we're going to use the power of the breath and the words A game state. So, if you'd like to just follow my instructions and just do your best to follow my instructions and visualize what I ask you to visualize, do your best to hear what I ask you to hear, and evoke an emotion, whatever I ask you to feel. Does that make sense? Does that sound okay?
Give her a thumbs up or 100% people or a heart so she knows you're on board.
Excellent. That's great. So I'm not just talking to myself here then. Okay, so if you'd like to just join in, you take a nice slow breath in for me and a nice steady breath out. Just let your jaw soften and your shoulders settle. And feel your feet on the floor. And just bring to mind that A-game state in your body. Not just as a thought, but as a feeling. Because with anchoring, we're not trying to anchor the memory itself. We're using a memory, an image, or imagination to activate this state. So I'd like you to just bring a time to your mind when you felt completely in flow, in the zone. Maybe it was while you were playing poker, or perhaps it was another kind of performance, another sport, or another game, or a competition. But a moment where everything clicked and everything just felt natural, where you were relaxed but focused, sharp but calm, fully there. 9.5 out of 10 being present, and your mind's clear and your instincts were accurate. You were picking up the right information and processing it in the right way. Being fully immersed in the experience, just bring your best possible self to the moment now. And as you remember that moment, just step into it. See what you saw and hear what you heard. Feel what you felt and notice that your body in that state. Look at your posture, your breathing, your expression, and just notice the rhythm that you have. And notice where all those feelings live in your body. Maybe it's in your chest or your stomach. Maybe it's even through your shoulders or even in your hands. Perhaps it's in the breath itself. And just let that feeling build up now, stronger and clearer and more familiar. Let your body remember and let your breathing match it. Allow your posture to match it now and let your mind match it, as if you're just turning the volume up on that state. And as that feeling's rising, just take a nice slow breath in and silently say to yourself, A-game state. And as you breathe out, just let your body begin to link this breath with that state. A-game state. Calm focus, in the zone. Relaxed but focused. Sharp, present, fully there. Confident, picking up information. Processing clearly. Now again, just take another slow breath in and silently say to yourself, A-game state. As you exhale, just let that state settle into your body. And just hold that feeling for one more breath. And now just release it before that feeling fades away. And open your eyes if they were closed, look around the room, move your shoulders, have a little stretch. Just take a normal breath and just think of something neutral for a moment. Okay? That clears the state so we can build it again. So if you're all with me, we can do it one more time. Take a nice slow breath in. And as you breathe out, just go back into that same A-game focus. Step back into that memory, that image or that feeling. See what you saw. Hear what you heard. Feel what you felt. And let it return more quickly this time. Let it build up and become stronger. And just notice yourself fully in the flow and in the game. Not distracted, not being too slow, present, sharp, focused, immersed. You're able to grab all of those bits of knowledge that you've built up over time, and you can bring them into the way that you play. And as that feeling rises again, just take a nice slow breath in for me and silently say, A game state. And as you breathe out, just let that state move through your body. Let it become linked to that breath and those words, A game state. That calm, focus, sharp awareness. Picking up information and processing it clearly. Just hold it for one more breath. And now release it before the feeling fades. And just open your eyes. If they were closed, just look around and move slightly and come back to neutral. And just test it gently. Just take a normal breath and a slow breath in and just silently say, A game state. And as you breathe out, just notice what begins to return. Maybe your breathing changes or your body settles. Perhaps your focus sharpens and your mind clears. Maybe there's a small sense of being more present, more focused, and more ready. So anchors strengthen with repetition. It's not magic. They're trained pathways. So now just imagine taking this to the poker table. Just imagine sitting down before a session. Feel the cards in front of you, the chips on the felt. See the players around you. Feel the rhythm of the game beginning. And as you use that anchor, just breathe in and silently say, A game state. Your focus sharpens, you become more fully there and more observant, immersed in the experience, picking up information, timing, patterns, table flow, all the little details. You're not even forcing it, you're just accessing it, bringing your best possible poker state to the table. Because poker tests us. And you know that these moments test our focus and our patience gets tested quite often, especially our emotional control. And it even tests our identity because we cannot control every card. You cannot control every opponent. You cannot control every outcome, but you can train how quickly you can return to clarity, to focus, to the next good decision, using the power of the breath, noting one hand, one breath, and one clear choice. And the more you practice this anchor, the more automatic it can become. So when you sit down and play and you return from a break, or you feel that your mind's starting to drift and you're lacking focus, you can just use the breath and the words, A game state. Be ready for those big moments and for the pressure. And ready for those ordinary hands too, because sometimes the edge isn't just one dramatic breakthrough, it's just being present more often, more focused, more able to access what you already know. So just take one final breath in and silently say to yourself, A game state. And as you breathe out, just let that settle. More present, more grounded, more focused. Ready to practice this anchor whenever you want to. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that little demonstration of the A game state anchor.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you, my mind is so calm right now. Is it nap time yet, people? I am so calm. How about anybody else on the panel, or if you're in the audience and want to come up and comment, please do. Go ahead, Dibs.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. I'm just like relaxed and I'm thinking about the A game state. I'm not even at a card table right now. I'm like, I'm gonna be in the A game state at my computer right now.
Exactly. Isaac, what do you have to say?
What I like is that I can still remember what she did last time to us. So
Right,
those images still kind of come up, and funny
right.
enough, kind of melded into what was getting set up right now. And yeah, it feels good. Like for me, I'm very visual, and she has an excellent way of making you visualize,
Yep.
like very powerfully what you're trying to visualize. Very dope.
I agree. And for those that missed Elsa back in November, it's on my YouTube channel. I highly recommend you go back and listen to it. And guess what? I would clip it. Why? Because when you're maybe at a tournament somewhere and you're having a little bit of mental, whatever, you can listen to that recording and the one from today too, and recenter yourself, so to speak. So valuable information for sure. What about you, Joe?
Give me one sec. Go to someone else. I'm just walking into
Oh
the
yeah, no worries,
Platinum
no worries.
Lounge because it's
Yeah,
noisy. I'll be right there.
yeah, no worries. Joey just got to the horseshoe, I guess, and he's making his way to a quiet spot at the Platinum Lounge. Go ahead, Ilse. We'll get back to Joey. Go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you very much for taking part and getting immersed into the process. I'm I love it when people get involved and they tell me their experiences and they share their experiences. It's very powerful.
It is very powerful. And I want you to tell us what services you provide.
Well, with Hypno Poker, I predominantly focus on private hypnotherapy sessions and coaching, but I also have a collection of audios um, that I provide to my clients because they find them more helpful when they've got 5 minutes and it's break time or just before starting a tournament. They can listen to a tailor-made audio, especially for them, just to get them in that state, like you were saying.
Right. Is that your immersive audios?
Yes, they're immersive. So what I've gone and done is I've combined these hypnotic suggestions in the sense, these scripts in the sense, but I also use binaural beats and real poker sounds in the background. So you can actually hear the cards being shuffled and the chips being um, played with at the table and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that. So you can actually be immersed into the poker setting for these
I
audios.
love it. Love it. Go ahead, Joey.
So, Elza, just to give you a little background, I am a spiritual intuitive poker player and coach. And I'm all about the flow state. I have been through a hypnotherapy, but not by somebody who gets poker. So you just are like a gem for me because you understand what we're doing. All my other experiences were people that will work with athletes, with CEOs of companies, yada yada yada. But the value you just brought, I had goosebumps. I'm telling you right now, it was so good.
Oh, thank you so much. We must have a Zoom call sometime. You'll have to send me a message. We'll have to have an actual chat about your game and see how I can help. Because it's
Yes,
awesome.
100%. I'm all about that. Definitely.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I love it. Oh, did you have anything else you wanted to present to us?
Today,
Yes.
well, what would you like?
Well, I didn't know. I want to make sure you have the time you need or want from us. So I'm just asking you if there's anything else you'd like to tell us, or teach us about, whatever. It is up to you. I just don't want you to think I'm not giving you the time you want or need, love.
Oh, bless you. I don't mind. I can talk for ages. That's my problem. I just I just thought I'd share one technique today. I can always come along another time and share another one if you'd
Absolutely.
like, so you're not overloaded with stuff too much. I can share another anchor another time. How about that?
We would love that. And you just let me know when you want to do it and we'll make it happen for sure. I appreciate you and what you have done for my audience today.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you too.
Thank you, ma'am. And please stick around if you want to. We're gonna stay live for a little bit longer. And you are always welcome to join the conversation at any point in it.
Bless you. Thank you so much. I will do.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ilse Zolte. No, Zolte. Excuse me, Zolte.
One thing I
Uh,
just wanted to say, Sherry,
yes.
sorry,
No.
for anybody that is interested in my work, if they want to have a look at my website, that's
Yes.
www.hypnopoker.co.uk. There's lots of information on there. There's lots of testimonials, clients' feedback, a lot more information about what my work covers. But I provide and I offer a free poker mindset call. So I'm more than happy to get acquainted with other poker players and just have a chat about how I can help develop their game, really.
I love it. I love it. And please follow her. Everybody in this room should be following each other,
Oh, yeah,
people.
please follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I don't really use Twitter that much, unfortunately. I should do.
That's okay. That's okay. But that's how you guys will be able to track her down when you want her services. So
Yeah, but I'm more than happy to have a free mindset call to find out how I can help and whether or not we would be a good fit. Because
I love that.
the thing is, with some people, if they don't follow my instructions and ask and do what I ask them to visualize, then it's not going to work. It's just a waste of time for them and for me.
Right on. Absolutely. And down in the comments, Alistair Rick put very nice technique anchoring a game stay. So there you go. Love it.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to comment or ask her any questions? Now's the time, people. Now's the time. Come on up here if you're in the audience and you have a question or comment for her. Don't let her get away. She'll join us again, though, in the future for sure. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a look at what took place at the WSOP yesterday and what's going to take place today. So at 10 a.m. is event number 18, day 1C, the $1,500 Monster Stack. At 11 a.m. is event number 18, day 2B, the $1,500 Monster Stack. The chip leader at this point is Dylan Kahn. Zachariah Moib is in second place with 1.2 million. Kahn has 1.8 million. A notable is number 46, Jessica Kai, has 314,000 in chips. 12 p.m. is day 2. Event number 19, the 25K High Roller 8-handed. Yaman Nakdali is the chip leader with just 2 million. John, I think it's Valinez, has 1.3 million. Some notables still in that high roller are Mr. Fox and Rast, Texas Mike, Mrs. Foxen, and Sean Perry, all still in it to win it. 12 p.m. event number 22, day 1A, the 1500 Big O 5-card PLO high low 8 or better kicks off at 12. 1 p.m. is event number 20, the final day of the $1,500 Dealer's Choice 6-handed. Philip Wise is in first place with 5.3 million. Dario Sammartino is in second place with 2 million. A notable still in it is Jeff Matson with 750K. At 1 p.m., event number 21, day 2, $1,500 pot limit Omaha high low 8 or better. Pai Gao King, yeah, that's the name, is the cheap leader with 485,000 in chips, and Jordan Polk has 483,000 in chips. There is $1.4 million in that prize pool. 1,093 player or entries, 173 remaining, 235,000 at the top waiting for the winner. Bart Hansen has 305K, REA, Caitlin Kaminsky. No, I say that wrong.
I think you said her name right.
Did I
Komsky or
say
yeah, I think it's
Kaminsky?
Kaminsky. Yeah, I think that is how she says it.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you. She's still in it to win it. For those of us on the Team Spacers team, Bryce Yockey's still in it. Robert Mizraki's still in it. And Benny Glazer, who's also on our team, is still in it to win it. Also, event number 23 starts day 1A at 2 p.m. That's the 10K 7-card stud tournament. Tournaments that ended yesterday was event number 17 crowned a winner for that 10K deuce to 7 tournament. 1.8 million in the prize pool. 30 got paid. I think it's Nao. No, Nao. Let me think about this. Naoya. No, Nao. I don't know. How about that? Go ahead, Isaac. It's Kahari. Anyway, Mr. Kahari took it down and the prize pool for $428,000. David Lynn was in second place, took home $288,000. John Sin took third finished for 198,000 in third place. Sean Deeb finished fifth for 99,000. Also, event number 11 finished yesterday, which was the GG Millions High Roller, 10K, 5.8 million in the prize pool, 95 got paid. Nassim Salem took home 1.1 million for first place. Alex Cruz Martinez took home second for 726,000. Fourth was Brewer. Fifth was Raisnier. Eighth was Cliff Josephy. And Lucky Chewy came in 27th. Of course, he's on our Team Spacers team. That's why I bring it up because I'm selfish like that. Happening elsewhere around town at the Wynn at 12 p.m. is their final table of their no limit tournament. Also at 12 p.m. is the start of a no limit tournament, $1,100 buy in, $200,000 guarantee. At $1,800 is their no limit turbo, $1,100 buy in, $100,000 guarantee. Over at the Venetian at 1010 is their no limit day 1C, and that 1610 is day 1D. Those are flights to the $800 tournament with a $300,000 guarantee. Over at the Aria at 11 is a no limit $600 tournament, 150K guarantee. 1,900 hours at the Aria is a no limit tournament, $300 buy in, $25,000 guarantee. Over at the MGM at 11 is the Big O PLO 8 or better, $300 tournament, 20K guarantee. They're also at 12 o'clock is day 2 of their no limit tournament. Then at 1,800 hours is a no limit. What does it mean? $100 R/A. R/A. Somebody tell me. $160 buy-in, 5K guarantee. What does that mean? $100 R/A. Anybody?
I'm trying to figure that out myself right now. I'm sure ASG is probably going to get this answer before all of us, but
Go ahead, Joey. What do you got?
R/A is rebuy and add on.
Oh, thank
You're very
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
hey, there we
We
go.
don't see many add-ons listed anymore. So thank you. Thank
So
you.
that's becoming it's becoming more popular now in Vegas. Yeah, I
Ugh,
know. It's like so, and a lot of players have to be careful because they'll look on Poker Atlas, and Flat and I have done it. We're like,
yep.
oh look, there's only it's $150 little tournament,
Yep.
and then we get there and we find out, yeah, it's $150 with $150 add on, and then. So
Yep.
next thing you know, you're out $450 in a $150 tournament. Oh boy,
Yep.
be careful.
You got to be careful. He's absolutely right. All right, at 11 o'clock over at the Orleans is their no limit tournament, $300 buy-in, 30K guarantee. At 12 o'clock is their 7-game draw mix tournament, $600 buy-in, 40K guarantee. At 1,800 hours is a no limit tournament at the Orleans, $200 buy-in, 30K guarantee. Over at South Point, 10:10 a.m. is their $120 no limit tournament, 15K guarantee. At 1410 is their crazy pineapple tournament, $120 buy-in, 6K guarantee. At 1810 is their no limit tournament, $200 buy-in, 20K guarantee. And last but not least, at South Point at 22 hours and 10 minutes is their nightly turbo no limit bounty, $25 bounties, $120 buy-in, 4K guarantee. Last but not least, over at the Golden Nugget, 11 o'clock no limit tournament, $200 buy-in, 20K guarantee. At 12 p.m., a stud eight, Omaha eight or better, $500 buy-in, 40K guarantee. At 1700 hours at the Golden Nugget is their no limit tournament, $150 buy-in, $7,500 guarantee. And at 1900 hours, a turbo no limit tournament, $130 buy-in, 5K guarantee, all happening at the Golden Nugget. So there you have a little look around town as far as the tournaments are concerned. ASG he's probably working hard. So ASG, we'll get to that topic tomorrow unless you can come back up and want to discuss the one you wanted to bring up. I'm going to leave that up to you. No pressure, because we certainly can talk about it tomorrow. Isaac, anything you want to bring up, my friend? You have any history you want to bring up?
Yeah, I could actually. I do
All right.
have that lined up. Let me just grab that. Give me a minute, and then
Yeah. And while you're doing that, oh, you ready? Go ahead.
No. I said while I'm doing that, give me 1 minute to grab this real quick. Grab my
Oh
notes.
shit! I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you said. Okay, while you're doing that, I will talk about Team Spacer's fantasy team. We slid down in the rankings. You know, last year we stayed in the top, I don't know, I think we were in the top 10 or 15, and then we were in the top 30 and then 70. And we ended up around, I don't know, 130th place or something, just outside the money. And this year we haven't even seen the inside of the top 100. And we slid down to 976 with our 58 points. Pitiful. And we actually have 3 players that have 0 points right now: Steven Song, Jason Kuhn, and Huck Seed. But I'm looking for good things from those guys. And I'm going to be honest with you, only Yoon had like 46 or 49 points, and everybody else just has 1 or 2 points. So they're not that special right now either. But it's still early in the WSOP. It's only day 11. So no sweat. We're going to be the underdogs that come from behind, people. You heard it here.
Hey, someone's gonna win a bracelet, all right? Out of all those people you mentioned.
Absolutely. So. Hell yeah. I'm ready if you're ready, bud.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. So as we did in episode 1, right, we talked about the Flamingo. For episode 2, it's only right that we talk about the Sands, the casino that made Vegas cool. If the Flamingo created modern Las Vegas, the Sands made Vegas the center of entertainment on Earth. And at the time, that was a very factual statement, I think. This wasn't just a casino. This is where the coolest people alive came to play. So the Sands opened in 1952 on the Las Vegas Strip. At the time, Vegas was still growing itself. You know, casinos existed, but the Sands helped transform Vegas into like a celebrity destination, a nightlife capital, an entertainment empire. The Sands became famous for mixing gambling, luxury live performances, and elite social status. Eventually, it became forever linked to one legendary group, the Rat Pack. But we'll talk about that in a sec. The Sands was developed by a group including Jake Friedman, a Texas gambler with alleged organized crime connections. Like many early Vegas casinos, mob influence hovered around the project from the start. In the 50s and 60s, organized crime money was flowing heavily through Vegas casinos because, you know, cash businesses were easy to skim. Gambling profits were massive. Regulation was weaker than today. So the Sands became one of the more, you know, profitable and culturally important casinos in Vegas history because of a few of these factors. But I mean, without saying much more, the Rat Pack, right? Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and a name you don't always hear when you hear the Rat Pack, Peter Lawford, right? Like these were the dudes. This was like the ultimate gathering, right? Of like everybody that was cool in basically entertainment at the moment. So the Sands was their headquarters. Frank Sinatra, in particular, had enormous influence at the Sands. Some stories claim that Sinatra could practically run the property like socially from the showroom floor. Celebrities, politicians, athletes, mobsters, wealthy gamblers, everybody was coming to the Sands because of the Rat Pack. And their home inside of there was, the Copa Room. The Copa Room was legendary for concerts, comedy, nightlife, gambling, celebrity culture, and performers would, have fun. They'll roast each other. They'll drink while performing. They'll improvise entire sets, right? And then just bring out surprise guests randomly. I feel like they were maybe the pioneers of what, a lot of interview late night type of format shows, in my opinion, kind of have that vibe, right? And I think in a way that they had a large contribution to that. But yeah, it was just something amazing. Then, like many of the casinos of the era, the Sands had been associated, like I said, with organized crime. So there was a lot of federal investigations, in later eras where, they were looking into casinos getting skimming, hidden cash operation, mob ownership structure. And, they were at the era trying to balance, I feel like, glamour on the surface with criminal enterprise underneath. And that duality became part of like, the Vegas mythology, really. So the Sands wasn't mainly known as a poker room either. Obviously, its real contribution was bigger. It helped normalize Vegas as the gambling capital of the world. Without places like the Sands, tourism never explodes. Convention traffic doesn't grow. Poker ecosystems don't scale later. And the WSOP, in a way, I feel like, isn't born as easily without all of these factors. So sadly, like anything else, the Sands had its day and then kind of went into decay. In 96, the Sands was imploded, which back in the 90s, a lot of the old Vegas casinos went down. So it's like there were always implosions happening at that time. And when the Sands went down, a lot of people said, that was the death of classic Vegas. And now, if you didn't know where it was before, where the Venetian is where the Sands lived. So when you're walking around the Venetian, who knows? Maybe you get a little tickle of that vibe from the Rat Pack era. Maybe you hear Sammy Davis. Maybe you visualize Frank Sinatra, But yeah, the Sands, part of what made Vegas, Vegas. Now, I don't know if y'all knew any of these things, but some crazy facts that I found while I was researching for this was that Frank Sinatra reportedly became so angry at the Sands one time that he actually like lost it and damaged a bunch of stuff around the casino because he didn't. I think they had messed up his drink or something to that effect. But Sinatra was Sinatra, right? The Rat Pack era at the Sands helped define cool, right, for an entire generation. The Copa Room became one of the most famous showrooms in entertainment history, and to this day, it's funny enough, you can go to a lot of places that have opened a Copa Room, and that's all because of the original at the Sands. Um, Many believe that the Sands represented the peak of old Vegas, and maybe it was, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you have wanted the Sands to live as long to maybe this modern era and there not be a Venetian? Imagine that, right? Imagine if they had taken all the old Vegas hotels and just renovated them and not just let them go, down by the wayside. But that's my TED Talk, y'all. Thank you for joining me. That was the Sands for today. Next one that we have, I don't know. We'll take on another classic. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about a casino that many believe perfected mob era Vegas, the Stardust.
Thank you, Isaac. And for those of you that don't know Isaac or Asimov, Isaac is the co-founder of the Green Visor Gang. He and the gang worked very hard to merge the poker world and the world of the NFTs. Recent efforts included a 5-game poker series that brought 13 NFT groups together to play poker. They also have launched the Playful Primates, an NFT series, and I have the honor of being included in that series of NFTs. And we're look forward to that launch. And for those of you that know or don't know, it's kind of been delayed because there was an artist issue with one of the artists. And so now Isaac has taken the bull by the horns. And thank you for that, Isaac. Thank you for that history lesson. And thank you for taking the bulls by the horns.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, if you guys are into NFTs, Playful Primates is a collection that we are currently putting together. Matter of fact, this Saturday we're hosting what we call a Kumite, which if y'all watch Bloodsport like I did, y'all know what it is. It's a 1 day tournament, 1 game. We're again going to be hosting a few communities, NFT communities, and we're going to all go heads up in the game. There's a ton of prizes. There will be a space coming out. Sherry probably already shared that. If not, her or myself will. But join us this Saturday. You know, if you're into NFTs and poker like us, I mean, come find your tribe. You know, it's really dope to hear Sherry talk about NFTs. Two
Or
years ago,
pretend to talk about NFTs. I just skim the surface and try to make myself look good.
hey, wait, but 2 years ago, though, right? We thought this was impossible. Okay, we thought KevGG was impossible. We thought Discord was impossible. So
It's been a journey. And Isaac has not let me off the hook one step of the way. He's like, I'm gonna get you to do this. I'm like, no, okay, yeah, here we are. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, Isaac brought it up the other day, the Bugsy Siegel and the flamingo. Um, I wanted to mention, and I can't remember if I said this the other day or not after he had talked to us about the flamingo. So I just wanted to do it again just in case I didn't do it to begin with because I was a little busy. But anyway, Bugsy Siegel Monument. His presence is forever memorialized at the hotel. A simple stone pillar bearing a plaque with his detail stands behind the resort's flamingo habitat and waterfalls. Across the lawn from the garden chapel, without a hint of typical Vegas pizzazz, it remains an overlooked marker of the original site of Bugsy's infamous hotel. And you know what? I've been through that habitat where the flamingos are, I don't know, a dozen times and never even saw this. So next time I go there, I'm definitely going to be looking for this monument, pay a little homage to the man himself. But I did find that as an interesting thing. Did you know that was there, Isaac?
hell to the nah. And see, this is
I
my point
know, I
about
know.
like, look, LA has the same problem. LA has like it has the worst memory because it always destroys its
Yeah,
history, right? How is there not a Bugsy Siegel fucking statue somewhere in Vegas? How is there not a Rat Pack statue in Vegas? How is there not a Doyle
yeah.
Brunson statue in the Horseshoe?
Yeah,
You know,
and you kind of feel like they're missing out. Like they're missing the boat on that one. Like honestly, they're missing the boat.
it's like look. One thing I will say, like, which one is it? The one of the newest casinos in Vegas, the one across from Resorts World. Oh my god,
Blue, fountain blue.
Fountain Blue. Thank you, Fountain Blue. From the sounds of it, right? From what I just described, it sounds like they're trying to recreate the vibe of the Sands, right? But
Yes,
but
yeah,
they don't
for
but they
sure.
don't really tap in to that energy or that aesthetic. It's
Yeah.
interesting, very interesting.
And again, they're missing the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, I did want to bring up one place that may be an interesting place to go, and maybe one day I'll get there myself because it's definitely something I've always wanted to do. And I'm sure all the men probably dreamt of this when they were little boys, seeing those big bulldozers and excavators on the road. But there's a place that's called Dig This. It's on Robin Avenue in Las Vegas. And you must, let's see, let me read I'm just going to read what they have listed. Las Vegas tourists can try their hand at some of the heaviest equipment around. The 5-acre theme park, which costs about $1 million to build, has 10 employees, a large office building, and gift shop, and more. Among the machinery that Dig This has on site are a pair of Caterpillar D5 track-type bulldozers and 3 Caterpillar 315 CL hydraulic excavators. After going through a 30-minute training orientation session, guests can spend hours digging trenches up to 10 feet deep or building large earthened mounds. There are no skill tests like moving 2,000-pound tires or carefully plucking basketballs from a resting place on top of a safety cone. Should the Las Vegas attraction succeed? Plans on bringing more than 5,000 customers and over $2 million in revenue during its first year uh, has, um, has them ready to expand. So you can rent an excavator for $28, a backhoe for $249, 6-ton excavator $215, a wheel loader $329, a skid steer $195, a aggression session is $799. A bulldozer is $329. And the big excavator is $329. So just so you can have an idea what their prices are, how fun would it be to go do some bulldozers? Go ahead, Isaac.
As you know, I have a passion for gold. What is it? Gold mining up in the Yukon. So,
Yes.
never in my life would I think I would have the ability to get into one of those huge ass excavators that they use up there. This would be
Dude,
fire. This
how
would be
fun
fire.
would this be? I can't do it this summer because I got too much to do when I'm in Vegas this summer. But I'm like, we could actually get a group to go. Like, I really have faith that there's a group of us that would actually go do this.
December, maybe December. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe December. I love it. Oh, I just thought, oh, I'm reading this one out loud because it just sounds fun. Like there has to be more than just me that would be interested in doing this.
Listen, I'm taking a GoPro, right? I'm gonna put it in the goddamn
Hell
excavator,
yeah.
play out a whole gold rush scene. Yeah, we're out here trying to get to the gold, eh? Yeah,
Hell yeah.
let's be
I
fine.
love it. I love it. I'm like, I'm so in, you guys. That and drive a tank. I'm going to do that too one day. Trust me.
I've been
I'm
inside
in.
of one. Yo, I've been inside of a tank, or
Yeah.
also over here because we have a huge old destroyer ship that's docked in Long
Oh,
Beach,
yeah.
right?
Right.
And they have a maritime museum that has the old guns, the ones
Oh,
that you like
nice.
sit in and
Yeah.
rotate and move. Oh, yo, that is fun. It's fun.
I love it. I don't know if you know this, but my son-in-law I call him a tanker in the service. He was a sergeant and he, was on a tank and had a crew and he saw lots of battles in overseas in Iraq. So,
That's nuts to be a modern era tank
yeah,
operator and tank
yeah,
crew is something like. Have you seen the movie Fury? Have you ever seen that movie?
yes,
That
yes,
that's
yes.
that shit right there.
Yeah. So, his stories, sometimes are really comical because he's like, we're in a tin can, Sherry. He says, Mom, we're in a tin can. Like, yeah, I know. And then he's like, but we could tear it apart and put it back together. I guarantee you that. So no matter where we're at, we can get ourselves out. Cause I mean, they're in the front lines, in a tank.
Yep.
So anyway, go ahead, Joey.
So I have to go jump on an 11 a.m. coaching
Yes.
session with one of my mentees. So I just wanted to thank everybody for great spaces and all this info. And just add that, so if you're interested, I have basically done every park from the national parks down to the local parks, hiking trails, you name it. And so if anybody needs any intel or if you want me to ever just tell you about like my top 3, just let me know. All right.
Yeah.
Because
Why
all
don't
this
you
stuff
bring
that we
us a
do,
go
whether
ahead.
driving tanks or whatever, that's part of the balancing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely bring us your top 3. And when we have some downtime, we will throw that in that space.
Sounds good. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day,
Joe.
everybody. All
Hey,
right,
Take
you
care,
thank you.
Joe.
too. Good luck, buddy.
Have a good
All
one.
right, bye bye.
Appreciate you. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to sign off myself because I want to go see my daughter. She's in town. She's been in town a week. I haven't seen her yet. Yeah. So I'm going to take off, you guys. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to go around the horn. If you'd like any last words, now's the time. I'm going to start with Dibs.
I got no final serious words, but make sure if you are at the WSOP, stop by the Caesar Rewards desk and get your branded WSOP card because they're pretty sweet.
Love that.
Hell
Love
yeah.
that.
Hell yeah. Good.
Hell to the yes. Love that. I keep all my cards in a little scrapbook box. So, ASG, any final thoughts?
No, I just came up because of what you said before, but I guess we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to talk about that tomorrow. And I want to talk about that monster stack clock being stopped. If we can find, I haven't found any other information other than one tweet that talked about the monster stack clock was stopped yesterday. So if anybody sees anything on that topic, send me a screenshot or whatever. But I'd like to know why that clock was stopped. I want to say that it had to do with late register, like people regging at the last minute. And so they stopped the clock to get everybody seated because, once registration is over, their seats get forfeited, right? If they're not checked in on their app at the table. So anyway, I want to say that's probably what the issue was. But if anybody else sees anything about that, I sure would be curious. All right, Isaac, anything else for the day, buddy?
Let me see. For those of you that are in GVG, you guys already know today is Friday, right? Today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. Okay, so today
Yes.
is Friday, y'all. So tonight, do join us for the 25 Chip Chuck. That is our weekly tribute to the great Chuck Norris. So make sure y'all tap in. Probably throw some satellites up for that. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have Phase 7 Poker. And we also have our Web3 Kumite happening. There will
Whoop,
be a
whoop,
space. Again, you guys can
whoop,
check.
whoop.
Sherry will have a repost in there and will be joining us. And as always, you guys, thanks for pulling up again. Shout out to Dibs, my fucking guy. If you guys have not tapped in, make sure you guys follow him, put on post notifications. His Edge app is going to change shit. Okay? Remember, I say this right now. His Edge
Love it.
app is going to change shit. It is really dope. I think it is the dopest, or to say the best, poker training app I have seen yet. So don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. And shout out to
And
ASG.
we're going to do, go ahead. I'm sorry. And we're definitely going to do an interview with Dibs, and he's going to educate us all on that Edge app for sure. And we'll get it done soon. I promise, Dibs. I'll reach out to you and we'll get that lined up for sure. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Um, we do this for each other, for ourselves. We do it for you. We do it for the world of poker, but we just do it because we're passionate, right? We love poker. And I hope you enjoyed as much as we do. I know I do. I get something from this every day. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you, the listeners, my panelists, my guests. Thank you. Have a great day. If you're on the felt, good luck. If you're not, go outside and touch that grass or go ride horses like Dibs does. Like, what a cowboy. Get it? Go ahead, Isaac.
Last shout out to Ilze. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you, Ilze.
Yep.
It was a really dope moment today, as always. And yeah, again, if you guys haven't, give her a follow too, y'all. Shout out to my guy Barry at
Absolutely.
Water for Buy-ins as well. I'm out.
And don't forget, Ilsa's site is Hypno Poker. Hypno Poker. We appreciate her being with us today for sure, and she'll be with us again in the future. Um, get outside. Get outside, people. Live life. Build those relationships. Call somebody you haven't spoken to in a long time, or in a month, or a week, or a few days ago. Call them. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.